everything is not for everybody. And I say that because these clothes are causing quite an uproar. And really just take a step back and think about it. These are clothes. And they're causing such an uproar because, once again, a lot of us think that if it's black or black adjacent, then it's supposed to tell everybody's story or it's about this group. No, everything ain't for you. Even everything within the black context is not for you. Everything is not going to tell your specific black experience, your specific black story. There's tons of different black experiences and black stories, and sometimes it ain't your turn. It's really that simple. It ain't that big of a deal. This is their turn, they telling their story. But that's it. That's it. Now let's talk about elitism and Jack and Jill and all this other kind of stuff. Me personally, and I've grown into this, but I don't have a problem with Jack and Jill, with black elitism. I don't have a problem with any of that for several reasons. Number one, when you really take a step back and you think about it, the only groups that are successful long term are groups that unite around shared beliefs and practices and values. And they have certain standards that everyone must uphold to get into the group and to stay in the group. Those are the only groups that you see last long term. If you look in Black America, any movement, any group, any organization, any community of black folk that have been successful for a long period of time is because they were unified not just around skin color, but around common shared beliefs, morals, values, and principles. And they are requirements and barriers of entry. Everybody just can't come in. That's how it works. Everything that's successful long term, there's requirements for getting in. I don't know what it is with a lot of us. We are still hung up on this. Oh, we all black. We all no. It don't work like that. Yeah, we all black and we all got love for each other. But in order for you to be in this group, that's just how it is. If we are going to be successful as a group, everybody in this group got to think a certain way, got to believe certain things. We got to be moving in the same direction. If not, it's going to be a whole lot of infighting and arguing, and you want to do this and you want to do that, and I'm sabotaging you and you sabotaging me, and people leaking stuff out to social media. No. We unify based upon shared ideals and beliefs. It's always been like that. If you just take a step back and look around, I'm somebody, I went to predominantly black schools my entire life, elementary school, middle school, high school, and then I went to an HBCU for college. Even in those all black environments, there were several different groups within there. There was a student government. They was their own clique. The royal court, the Mr. and Mrs. of the school and all of that, Miss Senior, they were their own group. The athletes, they were their own group. ASA, the African Student Association, they were their own group. Alphas and all of the AKAs, they their own group. The reform hood dudes who are coming to college to turn their life around, they're their own group. The dudes that's known for, they always fly, they always getting money, they got their own group, their own status on campus. Now, oftentimes a lot of groups would intermingle and intertwine, but these are all different separate groups. The Caribbean Students Association, that's their own group. There's requirements to be within certain groups. You can't just pop up to any old group meeting or any old clique or any old community and say, hey, I'm black, so I get to come in. No, it don't work like that. And it never has worked like that. And guess what? Different groups, based upon accomplishment, based upon work put in, based upon lots of different factors, different groups have different standings within the environment. Like depending on what, taking it back to college, depending on what campus you are at. The alphas may have a certain reputation. The sigmas may have a different reputation. Depends on the school, depends on the yard. And a whole lot of factors go into that. Like, y'all gotta stop it with this. Oh, they trying to separate. Yeah, yes. Successful people separate themselves from people who don't have the same thoughts, opinions, and worldviews as they do. That's how they keep the group going. The moment you say, "Oh, we're just going to open up the doors and relax the standards, and anybody can come in," that's the beginning of the end. And once again, it's not about you can't come in because you're black, because the people who have established the group are black. But you can't come in unless you align with what we're about. That's how it always is. And guess what? You are well within your right and your freedoms to start your own groups based upon what you believe in and what you stand for. Just like they did. We're bringing it back to the point. Listen, not everything is for everybody. It's really that simple.